Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're exploring some really profound ancient texts. They challenge how we think about faith, trust, and maybe facing what seems impossible.
Yeah, it's about unpacking this idea that even a tiny spark of belief could potentially move mountains. It sounds incredible.
It really does. And we're pulling insights from sources like faith's power, love, strength, and miracles, and also trusting God through life's trials.
Our goal really is to dig into how faith and trust are shown as these forces that can reshape reality.
Exactly. Helping you understand what it means to believe when things just seem completely stacked against you.
It's quite a journey into some foundational ideas, isn't it? Going beyond just a surface read.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's start this journey. We begin with a really powerful ancient cornerstone, Moses speaking to the people of Israel. This is Deuteronomy 6.
Ah, yes, the Shema.
Right. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord alone. Therefore, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength. It's an all-consuming command.
It is. But what's fascinating, I think, are the instructions that come next. They're so practical, almost immersive.
Tell us about that. What does it actually say?
Well, it says, drill them into your children. Speak of them at home and abroad, whether you are busy or at rest. Bind them at your wrist. Let them be as a pendant on your forehead. Write them on the doorposts.
So it's everywhere, not just a thought, but physically present.
Exactly. It's not just, memorization. It's like a blueprint for weaving belief into the very fabric of daily life, making it almost impossible to forget. It suggests that real devotion isn't just internal.
It's embodied, it's communal, it's building this identity around that core idea.
Yeah, a shift from just following rules to truly internalizing it.
Okay, so that's a crucial distinction. And Moses adds this very human warning right alongside it, doesn't he?
He does, as they're about to enter this land of plenty.
Yeah, with cities they didn't build, houses full of stuff they didn't gather, vineyards they didn't plant, all that.
Right, the warning is stark. Take care not to forget the Lord, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, that place of slavery.
It really anticipates that human tendency, to forget the source when things are going well. He finishes with, fear him shall you serve, and by his name shall you swear.
Precisely. It's this timeless reminder, isn't it? That abundance shouldn't lead to forgetting, but maybe deepening that recognition of where it comes from.
Keeping that gratitude and dependence even when you feel self-sufficient.
Exactly.
And this idea, this call to love and remember, it echoes powerfully later on too, like in Psalm 18. That refrain, I love you, Lord, my strength. Simple, but so profound.
It is simple, but the imagery around strength in Psalm 18 is incredibly rich. God isn't just strong. He's described as my rock, my fortress, my deliverer.
A whole collection of protective images.
Yes, my God, my rock of refuge, my shield, the horn of my salvation, my stronghold. That horn of salvation bit is interesting.
How so?
Well, in the ancient world, a horn often symbolized power, dignity, maybe military might or kingship. So calling God the horn of salvation isn't just a casual metaphor.
Right. It's saying God embodies all the protection and authority you could possibly need.
Exactly. An unshakable defense against threats. It attributes victories and kindness specifically to David and his posterity forever. It's about ultimate reliance.
Okay, so we have this foundation. Love God, remember God, rely on God as your strength. How does this play out when faith gets tested, like in the real world?
Well, that brings us to a really fascinating story in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 17.
Right. This is where a man comes to Jesus, absolutely desperate. His son, the text says, is a lunatic and suffers severely. He falls into fire, into water.
Yeah, and for us today, lunatic probably points to something like severe epilepsy or perhaps a mental health condition as understood back then. The father's agony is clear.
And adding to his distress, he'd already tried the disciples, right? He says they could not cure him.
And Jesus' response is, well, it's quite strong. He says, "O faithless and perverse generation, how long will I be with you? How long will I endure you?" Sets a very clear tone.
Then what happens?
Then, immediate action. Jesus rebukes the demon, and the boy is cured right then from that hour. It's a stark contrast to the disciples' failure, a clear show of power.
And that failure leaves the disciples wondering, obviously. They ask him privately, why couldn't we do it?
And his answer is incredibly direct. Because of your little faith. Just cuts straight to the heart of it.
Simple, direct. Wow.
And then comes this absolutely astonishing statement. Amen, I say to you, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move.
Hmm.
Nothing will be impossible for you.
The mustard seed.
Yeah.
So tiny.
Exactly. And that's a radical insight, I think. It's not just about faith having power, but its paradoxical nature. It's not about how much faith you have, like a quantity.
But more about quality, its focus.
Perhaps its purity of direction. Even the smallest seed of genuine, undiluted trust, directed properly, can unlock these immense, seemingly impossible outcomes. It's about real reliance, not measuring your belief.
So it's less about quantity, more about the quality or the genuineness of that trust. What makes faith genuine then, according to these texts? Is it just conviction?
That's a great question. The texts seem to point toward active trust and reliance, not just intellectual agreement.
And this idea of overcoming the impossible, it pops up elsewhere too, right? Like that Alleluia verse you mentioned from 2 Timothy.
Yes, so 2 Timothy 1:10.
Yeah.
It highlights how Jesus has destroyed death and brought life to light through the gospel. That connects directly to overcoming the ultimate impossible.
So death itself. Okay, this leads us nicely into navigating trials, the tough stuff in life. Psalm 56.3 offers something really comforting here.
It does, just simply, when I'm afraid, I put my trust in you.
It's so direct, and it connects right back to that mustard seed idea, doesn't it?
Perfectly. Our struggles often feel like mountains, completely impossible. And it's right then, in the fear, that the call is to lean into trust.
And our sources suggest God's power works through that trust.
Right. And the flip side is also true, apparently. Doubt, which often comes from fear, can limit what happens. But faith, even just a tiny bit, opens that door to, well, the text calls them miracles.
It's presented as this dynamic choice, not just a feeling you have or don't have.
Exactly. And the reflection in trust in God through life's trials really emphasizes this. It says, every trial is an opportunity to choose trust over fear and belief over uncertainty. It's an active choice you make.
And the source includes a prayer, too, which kind of puts this into practice.
Yes, it does. It encourages asking for more faith, asking for help with the doubts that get in the way of experiencing God's power.
What else does it say?
It asks for the courage to act in faith even when I cannot see the outcome. Which is often the hardest part, right? Acting when you don't know how it ends.
Definitely. And there's that incredibly honest line at the end.
Yes. I believe, Lord, help my unbelief. It just captures that human struggle so perfectly. We want to trust, but sometimes doubt creeps in.
That prayer really sums up a lot of what we've discussed. Recognizing that choosing trust, even when things feel uncertain, even when you're battling unbelief, can actually change how you face challenges.
It's an invitation, really, to nurture that mustard seed of faith inside yourself.
What an incredible journey looking back through these texts. From Deuteronomy's call to love and remember.
To Psalm 18's powerful declarations of God as strength and refuge.
And then Matthew's radical idea about faith like a mustard seed. The consistent thread seems to be this active trust as the foundation.
Definitely. And the core insight that even little faith, if it's genuine and focused, is shown as being able to tackle seemingly impossible obstacles. That idea that nothing will be impossible.
It's a powerful and potentially transformative message, isn't it? Still resonates today.
Absolutely. Timeless, really.
So as you, our listener, reflect on all this, here's something to maybe ponder. What mountain in your life, whether it's real or metaphorical, might just be waiting for a mustard seed of your faith to move it?